everybody, this is Tracy here for a little a view from Tracy's Point Short. This is just something that I wanted to talk about real quick that I saw on Facebook. And yesterday, somebody posted I can't remember if it was a meme or a video, but they were basically saying that they were talking to a friend of theirs, and the friend had gone out on a date with this guy. So the guy had taken them to they went to a restaurant for the date. And after dinner or midway through dinner, the girl told the guy that she wanted him to order, if it would be okay if she ordered 2 takeout meals for her kids so that they could have dinner when she got back home. And they wanted to know, was that okay for someone to do? And so I think the majority of the people that responded said no, that was not cool at all, that she should have made sure that her kids ate before, going on the date. She should have made arrangements that whoever was watching her kids, if they were little kids, that they had something to eat. And if they were older kids, they could pretty much fend for themselves, or she should have made something for them. So I would be interested in knowing what is your take on that, because I'm thinking I would never have the nerve to be on a date with somebody and ask them if they can buy my kids a meal as well for me to take home with my kids. And it got me to thinking about Olive Garden. Olive Garden does that special every now and then where you order your meal at the restaurant and then you get to take a meal home also. And I was thinking, like, what if they had gone to Olive Garden or a place that offered a deal like that, and then the woman said, oh, can I take your meal, your extra meal home as well because my kids haven't eaten dinner? And I know as a mom who was single, that it was difficult. I don't know so much today as it was, 30 years ago when my oldest daughter was born. But back then, it was hard enough getting a guy to date you if you had kids. I'm just sitting there trying to think. You finally get somebody to take you out on a date, and then you're going to ask them, oh, by the way, can you buy my kids some food too? And I think they also said that the guy had never met her kids. So like if it was a first date, that really would be off limits. Then I'm thinking, like, if he had met the kids already, would it be different? Because I know I've gone out with guys and they'd be like, oh, do you want to get something for your kids? I've actually had a guy ask me that before. And in that instance, that's okay, because he offered and said, hey, you want to take Jazz something home or whatever. But to just be on a date with somebody and expect them to buy your kids dinner when they didn't offer to bring the kids along so the kids could eat, I think is pretty stretching it. And there were a couple of women that was like, if he care about you, he should care about your kids. But I would have been interested in knowing how old were the kids, because I'm thinking that they were little kids. She could have said, oh, well, let's stop by McDonald's so I get my kids something to eat, just to see if the guy would have been okay with it and say, oh, I pay for it. They get to the window and then he says, oh, I got you. And he pays for it. Like, I think that would be a good look. But if you're in the drive-thru window and say, okay, I want 2 Happy Meals and 2 number 3s or whatever, and then you just sitting there and he looking at you like, well, you need to give me the money, then that could cause some tensions. And is it a deal breaker? Like, if a guy does that, like he doesn't want to buy your kids food when he hasn't met your kids, is that a deal breaker? And then is it a deal breaker if he's met your kids and he knows your kids, but he doesn't want to buy your kids food? I just thought that thing caught me so off guard. I was just like, do women really do stuff like that? And then what if you were at like at Ruth Chris or somewhere where, like, I took my daughter to Ruth Chris to celebrate her college graduation, and that bill was $200. And I'm thinking, so this man about to pay $200 for you a meal, and then you want to throw another $100 on the tab to get your kids something to eat? I don't know. I just felt some kind of way about that. And I would really be interested in hearing from the men to see what they think about that. So you're out on a date with the woman and she asks you, is it okay if she ordered to-go meals for her kids? Would you be okay with that? Would you do it? And would there be a difference between if you guys, if you were at McDonald's and she said, "Can I get a meal?" versus if you were at Ruth Chris or somewhere like a fine dining establishment? Would it make a difference based on the cost of the meals, or would this just be a total turn off to you and say, this ain't a chick that I want to be dealing with because she's really just looking for somebody to take care of her kids? So like I said, I think I'm going to start doing these A View from Tracy's Point shorts just to ask simple questions like that and get some feedback on what people are thinking. All right, guys, that was it. Comment below and let me know what you thought. Rate the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And until the next time, I shall talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.